Crypto Jimbo is back, at least for today. We are looking at Yieldable. It is a 0.5% daily in crypto on stablecoins. This number sounds incredible. And also, this is a number that has broken a lot of projects in the past. You know, we're kind of back into this bull market. Last bull market, we saw a lot of projects like this kind of come out, and these numbers didn't end up being sustainable. So I wanted to take a look at Yieldable and see, is this different? What sets this apart? What makes this any different than Drip, Elephant Money, all these other projects that promised these huge returns as well? The video is sponsored by Yieldable, and I'm going to just give my honest opinion on it and how I would personally approach it. Again, this is not financial advice. This is crypto. This is DeFi. Venture at your own risk. So you go to the website, yieldable.finance. Great FAQ here already. They answer a lot of questions right here on the website. Contract powered, so it is DeFi. Lets users earn up to 0.5% daily. So it's not 0.5% daily. And since it's on the blockchain, securely, transparently, and in real time. Built on BSC, no hype token, and no Ponzi mechanics. So we'll take a look at this here real quick. So basically, you put in money, you start getting some interest. You can claim out that interest. If you want to compound, you have to deposit in more money. So that's an interesting mechanic. I know Elephant Money did something similar to that. So you can't just compound endlessly. Every time you compound, you have to deposit in fresh capital. For starting, you can deposit minimum $200 and maximum $10,000. So that's kind of your range, $200 to $10,000. Based on how much you have in there, your interest, you know, if you have over $1 million, it's 0.25% a day. $1 to $50,000 is 0.5% per day. There is a claim fee if you're claiming more often than every 4 weeks. So again, just a lot of interesting mechanics to try and help stabilize this. Help it to maybe be what Drip and Elephant Money and those other projects were not. And then there is a limit to how much interest you can earn, and it is 100% of your deposit. So doubling your money is the max that you can do. So again, at first glance, the 0.5% a day sounds like, oh, this is just destined to fail the way everything else has. There's some interesting new mechanics that make it kind of a new experiment. And that's one of the things I like about DeFi is, again, I can't tell you whether or not this is going to work. I'm optimistic, seem like good guys, seem like good, honest guys. But I'm also a very bad judge of character, I found. But DeFi lets you do these economic experiments in ways that you can't do with traditional cash. But you do have to recognize it is a financial experiment, okay? So be careful. Don't go put your retirement money into things like this. If you want to take part in economic experiments, dip your toe in a little bit, okay? Only invest money you can afford to lose. That is not a cliche thing to say. I have lost a lot of money in crypto, and I do not want that to happen to other people. They don't mention it on the website here, but in the white paper, they're planning to kind of bolster the system with real world assets. And they have kind of a CFO who's keeping an eye on the whole ecosystem. And they do plan on changing the rates. So if things look like, hey, this is getting unstable, it's looking like it's going to collapse, the real world assets aren't bringing in the revenue that we thought they were going to. They do have plans to potentially, you know, change these rates just to keep things stable. I think the forcing new capital to be put in before you can compound is something that will keep this quite a bit more stable than like Drip. Drip, you could just compound until your balance got so big you were making, you know, $1 million a day, and it's just not sustainable at that point. But you having to deposit in order to compound, and then your interest limit being, you know, 100% is your max return. Those are guardrails to keep this ecosystem healthy. So they also have a maximum interest withdrawal of $25,000. So once your interest reaches $25,000, that's the max. You can't accrue anymore. So again, they have probably 6 or 7 different guardrails in place because they're all DeFi vets. They've seen what's happened to these different experiments like this that have come along, and they don't want to be another casualty in the DeFi war. So I think quite a bit different than other projects like this that we've seen, again, with all these different guardrails in place. The $1 million question, is this a Ponzi scheme? Is it Ponzi-like? Kind of the elephant, no pun intended, in the room. And the answer is, if interest comes from things outside of the ecosystem, if these real world assets work out, that's going to really be, you know, the proof in the pudding. If that money coming in is what finances this interest, then it is not Ponzi-like. But if it falls apart, if new people don't come in and it's funded by people putting in more money, that's where the money comes from, then yes, it would look like a Ponzi. So again, remains to be seen in a lot of ways. A lot of these are experiments that I really enjoy. I like being a part of. I'm going to put in $100. I'll show you here that process real quick. You just connect your wallet. They don't have Rabby here. I don't use MetaMask anymore. I don't even have it installed. But if you click MetaMask, Rabby will take it over. You need 100 USDT on the BSC chain. I'm going to go ahead and deposit that. And there you go. I am in the ecosystem, ready to rumble. So again, how I usually approach these, you can kind of dip your toe in, start seeing, make sure you understand how it all works, how it's going. And then if you like it, maybe you dip your toe in a little bit more. Maybe you go up to your ankle. But do not dive headfirst into DeFi. You will hit your head on the bottom of the river. You will break your spine. It will be awful. So I will leave links all down below. If you would like to get involved, dip your toe in with me. And I'll be doing some updates over time. I'll show you, my compounding and just show you how this ecosystem's doing. I like it. This is a fun part of DeFi. So appreciate you, Yieldable, for reaching out and letting me do a review of this. Stay tuned for some crypto content. Crypto Jimbo's not dead. He just sleeps. Takes a lot of naps. But I appreciate you guys very much. God bless and have a great rest of your day.